Hello, and thank you for joining me. I recorded this video in the event that I didn't get to sit down with you in home and talk a little bit about heating and air and basically the history of the air conditioner. So what I want to do is just give you a really simple diagram that I think will help. This was actually created by Sam Wakefield, a trainer, and I just thought it was a great idea to record a video to be able to share that. So a lot of people don't realize that in 1902, I'll tell you a quick true story. There's a factory up in New York and they could not get ink to stick to paper. So they hired a gentleman to come in and create a dehumidifier system that could remove moisture from the air. He invented the air conditioner. They were also able to run longer hours, they could work longer in the factory, and essentially what they designed was the modern air conditioner, okay? Basically the way that air conditioner works is it can run anywhere from off, 0% electricity usage, to on, 100% electricity usage. And when it runs, it basically cools, shuts off, and as you probably know, when it shuts off, humidity goes up, temperature goes back up. So when that unit shuts off, temp goes up, humidity goes back up. It then again runs, shuts off, humidity goes back up, temperature goes back up. Essentially what's happening here is you've got it cooling, shutting off, cooling, shutting off, cooling, shutting off. You end up with about a 3-degree temperature swing. Believe it or not, and I'm jumping ahead of myself, this is what almost every home in America has in their home. It's actually what they're putting in brand new homes right now. There's a good chance that what you have in your home is exactly this system from 1902. Now, moving on, right around the 1980s, they came out with what we call two-stage air conditioner. The nice thing about this one is it can run off 0% electricity usage, or it can run at stage 1, 65% electricity usage, or stage 2, 100% electricity usage. The nice thing about this system is that it will run, and it might run all day on a mild climate like we have here in the South. It could run all day at only 65% electricity usage. What happens with that is you get better dehumidification in your home. You're also cleaning your air more and longer. You've got to decide, do you want your lungs to be the filter or do you want your system to be the filter? Furthermore, if it gets hot during the day, it can run at that second stage, 100% electricity usage, just like this system did, for as long as it needs to, and then taper back down to that first stage, just like it started off with. Now, moving on to the new millennium. Here we are now in the 2000s. Now we've got what you have in your car. And what that means is, now we've got what we call an adaptive system. If you can see my sun here, as the sun comes up and the sun goes down, now we have a system that can cool with the sunset and the sunrise. The cool thing about this is it can start from off to as low as 20% energy usage. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all the way up to 100%. So if the sun that day might run a pattern like this, that's as powerful as your system's gonna run. Some people will say it's the dumbest system ever invented because you just set your temperature and forget it. You don't have to do anything else. So that's nice. The coolest thing about this is you go from that hard on, off, to more even temperatures, to now a fully adaptive system. Now you've got to ask yourself, do you want a system from 1902? Do you want to improve your comfort, improve your air quality? Do you want the most improved comfort and the most efficient system that you can get, as well as the best air quality that you can get? I personally yanked a heat pump out of my home and went from one of these to one of these, and it resolved all of my air quality, all of my imperfections in heating and cooling in the home, whereas I thought I was going to have to zone it. Anyways, I hope this simple explanation helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.